Let's talk about granularity. It might sound technical, but it's really just a way of asking, how much detail do we need in our data? Think of granularity like looking at a map. When you see a map of a whole country, you're looking at a high-level overview. This is low granularity. It's big picture, summarized data. It's like total sales for a region or monthly performance reports. Now imagine zooming in on that map until you can see individual streets, buildings, or even park benches. This is high granularity. It's detailed data, like individual transactions or daily sales, which is the kind of data you need when you're trying to solve specific problems or answer detailed questions. The level of granularity determines what you can learn from your data. Low granularity is like looking at a forest. You see the overall landscape, the big trends, but not the individual details. High granularity is like studying a single tree. You can analyze every leaf, but might lose sight of the bigger picture. Let's talk about granularity in data modeling, focusing on fact tables and dimensions and why getting it right is so important. First, let's start with granularity in fact tables. This refers to the level of detail captured in the table, often defined by individual sales transactions. Think of it as the zoom level of your data. Are you capturing every single transaction, or are you aggregating them by day, week, or even month? Now, moving on to granularity and dimensions, which influences the scope and usability of your model. Dimensions like dates or products add context to your fact data. For example, a date dimension might let you analyze data by day, month, quarter, or year. Similarly, a product dimension can help you evaluate sales performance by categories, brands, or individual items. But granularity comes with pitfalls if not handled correctly. If your data is too detailed, you'll end up increasing storage and processing costs unnecessarily. Imagine trying to analyze millions of rows when all you need are summary trends. On the other hand, if your data is too aggregated, you limit the flexibility of your analysis. You might lose the ability to drill down into specific details, like identifying peak hours for sales or understanding product level performance. The key is finding the right balance and granularity, one that supports your analysis goals without overwhelming your storage and processing systems. Now that we understand the importance of granularity, let's discuss some best practices to get it right. First, it's essential to start with the business questions. Ask yourself, what insights do you want to gain? Tailor the granularity of your data to align with the specific questions you need to answer. For instance, if you're analyzing daily sales trends, capturing data at the transaction level makes sense. But if your goal is to study annual growth, you might not need that level of detail. Next, consider system performance and storage requirements. Balancing granularity is crucial here. While finer granularity gives you more flexibility for analysis, it can strain your system's performance and significantly increase storage costs. On the other hand, overly summarized data might simplify storage but could limit your ability to answer deeper or unexpected questions. Finally, plan ahead during the data modeling phase. Define the appropriate level of granularity from the outset to avoid costly rework later. Imagine building your entire data model only to realize you've either overcomplicated it with unnecessary detail or made it too simplistic for meaningful analysis. A clear plan up front saves both time and resources. By following these best practices, starting with business questions, balancing granularity with performance, and planning ahead, you can create a data model that's both efficient and effective. So, when thinking about granularity, ask yourself, what's the question I'm trying to answer? That will help you decide how much detail is just right, kind of like seasoning your food. Too much detail and it's overwhelming. Too little and it's bland. The goal is to find the right balance. Granularity is all about choosing the right level of detail for the task at hand. Whether you're solving a big picture problem or diving into the nitty-gritty, managing granularity is key to meaningful analysis.